Good evening and welcome to the 15th Annual Inspire Awards. I'm Mia Cloud of Cloud Law Firm, and I'm also the chairman of the Central Pinellas Chamber. We are gathering for this special occasion to honor these remarkable individuals who inspire and uplift our community. So I want to introduce Danielle Noble. The success of our event, like these, again, depend on our financial support from our businesses, individuals from the community, and so to help recognize them, it's my pleasure to introduce a member of the Chamber. She's also a member of my executive committee, Danielle Noble of the law firm of McManus & McManus.
Thank you, Miss Mia. I'm happy to be here in such celebrated company. For years now, McManus & McManus has been a proud sponsor of this community event. McManus & McManus PA, we are your family law firm, not family law, right? McWills, trusts, power of attorneys, probates, and estates. We help plan for life's uncertainties through legal documents and have some tough conversations as families before it's too late to have them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Al Rochelle.
Our first category is the Public Service Award category. This recognizes those who work for law enforcement, fire departments, public servants, and/or EMT services in our area. The nominee is someone who devotes their time to making our community a better place to live and work. This year, we're recognizing someone who has not only impacted our local community, but has also set a standard of excellence in public service. This year's award goes to Woodard, nominated by Cheryl Reed of the City of Largo. Cheryl's journey with the City of Largo and beyond has been nothing short of remarkable. Her deep understanding of housing issues at the national, regional, and local levels has been a guiding light in advocating for and informing public policy decisions that serve our community's low and moderate income residents, as well as those who are unhoused. Congratulations, Woodard. Would you please come forward? And everybody that's here to celebrate with her specifically, would you stand up as well if you came as her guest?
Well, it's definitely an honor for this award, and as my director Cheryl can tell you, I always revert back to my team that it definitely takes a village to get anything done. We have a great partnership within our department and within the different departments throughout the city. And it's amazing to see what we can do to actually see physical changes, whether it's at our parks, in our neighborhoods, our housing, and then just to touch the lives. We have so many impactful stories on a daily basis that, with the folks we deal with, and it's just really feeds our heart to keep us going. So I appreciate this award on behalf of my team as well.
Great. Youth Who Inspire Award. Our next award recognizes young inspirers in the Youth Who Inspire category. Those highlights those 21 and under as special youth who are making a difference in the community, whether it be through volunteering, sports, school activities, tutoring others, or working to better their school and community. In this category, we recognize Neil, who has the hardest name to pronounce tonight, Trivitayakhun, and his passion for the arts. Neil, congratulations. Your talent, leadership, dedication, besides you're kind of cute too, inspire all of us, and we eagerly anticipate the bright future ahead as you continue to shine on and off the stage. Neil, would you please come forward, and those that were with him, please also stand so we can acknowledge you.
Hi, everybody. So, this might be the most wonderful thing in the world. I really mean it. I'm so honored to be here tonight and to win this award, because let me start out by saying last year the kid who won in this category won a national spelling bee. So to go from that, which is crazy to me, I mean, I'm so honored that people think of me that way. And we want to talk about Inspire Awards. Well, you guys are my inspiration, from the people in the Largo Foundation who got me to start doing arts to begin with, to the people in the Rotary Club and the Chamber who's hosting this lovely event now, to my mentors like Mary Kay Wilson, who's going next, she's winning this year, Dr. Mack, who won an Inspire Award last year, Stephen Halstead, who won a few years back, Mr. Danny Lehan from Village Inn, and plenty more. My lovely family and my friends, my grandmother Sue, who I love dearly, my parents who are in Ireland right now, Mr. Rochelle for his awesome fashion sense. What do we think?
Take him with you, buddy. Take him with you. You can have him.
I'll grab a beer over there. Let's all get matching ones. How's that sound? And most importantly, my Uncle Matthew, who unfortunately passed away unexpectedly last Tuesday. He was not only one of the most brilliant people I know, he was hilarious, he was so kind, and his dedication to his work and his community around him was something to be inspired by. And, you know, every time I saw him, I could nerd out about him with musicals, superheroes, schools, anything. He was the most relatable person I know, and I couldn't have been here without him. So I earned this award on behalf of you all, on behalf of him. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Thank you.
Mary Kay, as an educator, mentor, and director for students too many to number. With a career spanning decades, she has touched the lives of thousands, imparting her expertise as a vocal coach and a teacher. She's a qualified instructor with the Cocco Institute of Voice, using methods that focus on training in, believe it or not, some of the most important thing about singing is relaxation techniques. Congratulations, Mary Kay. Come forward, and those that are with her, please stand to honor her as well.
It's so nice to be here, and when I found out that Al was going to be the MC, that also made me very happy. I will tell you, this is probably one of the awards that I have won in my lifetime that means the most to me, because many of our awards were John and Mary Kay awards. And I loved that, and I'm not knocking that by any means. But my teaching has been one of the greatest joys of my life. I grew up in a small community in Virginia, and we were very poor, but I was allowed to take piano lessons because my grandmother paid 75 cents a lesson for me to take piano. And then my teacher died because we were in a really small community and she was the only one. So I played hymns. And at 14, I started playing the organ in our little Episcopal church that held 90 people. And the church was so important to me. And it has been the center of our lives my whole life. And I gave up a career to perform with Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. Most of you do not know who they are because I am 80 years old. And I know that you couldn't possibly, most of you in here are not anywhere near that age, so you don't know, but it was a very famous group that sang on television, believe it or not. So I had a chance to sing, but I also knew that I loved teaching. I started teaching actually while I was in college. And it has been the greatest joy. I've taught college level, I've taught high school level, vocal music and humanities. But I did church music for 42 years. But 25 years ago, I set up my own private studio. And as Al said, one of my responsibilities I have felt as a teacher is not just to teach people to sing, but teach people to enjoy music all of their life. Music gives something that nothing else can give. It is a proven fact that when children are before 5 years old, if they have some sort of exposure to music, and then if children and teens take any sort of an instrument or sing in a choir, they have better test scores, they are happier, they live more productive lives. So I've always felt that big responsibility on my shoulders. I was lucky enough to find the love of my life, and we've been married 57 years, and he shares my love of music, and he has supported me 150% throughout all these years of marriage, because I was able to teach in all the different communities we lived in. Al told you about the different places he lived in. We lived in some of those places too, but we've been here in this area for 42 years now, and we absolutely love it. It's home. And I can tell you that another part of the joy of this evening for me and being recognized for this lovely award which I thank all of you for, and especially the Chamber, and especially Sue, who is the dearest lady. She comes every week with Neil for his lessons and sits there and reads throughout the lesson. So it's really wonderful to see that kind of support, because I did the same thing for my grandkids. But this particular center, to be able to receive this award in this place, is also a very special thing for me tonight, because John and I sang many times on that stage in the other room, and Kim was the person that we worked with back in those days. So to get to see Kim, to get to be part of this evening, and to see all of you, and to see Neil recognized, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Our next honoree is the Community Service category. It recognizes those who have inspired us by giving their time, talent, and resources to charitable organizations, groups, or the community at large. This year, our Community Service Award goes to an individual whose quiet but profound impact has touched countless lives. Nita's service to SPCA Tampa Bay represents more than 11,000 hours of volunteer work, which is the equivalent of $250,000 worth of service. Congratulations, Nita. Would you please come forward? And those that are with her tonight, would you also stand?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for this wonderful honor. I hope I work to deserve it. But I've been at the SPCA for many, many years, and when I first went there, I was afraid it would be too sad and I couldn't take it. But it's not a sad place. It's really a very happy place. And one of the best things about it is we're open admissions, meaning we take everyone who comes to us. We don't turn any animal away. So the critters that need the most help can always come to us to get that help. And they have a home with us until they're chosen by an adopter, no matter how long that takes. And that to me is priceless. And I appreciate so much being able to be there and do my little part to help the animals. And I've so far adopted 9 animals from the SPCA. I currently have 4, and I've had 7 other dogs in my adult life, so there's nothing like a furry critter to put love in your house. So thank you very much.
The Business Service Award. Our final recipient of the night is in the business category. It recognizes individuals who have inspired, mentored, and/or motivated others in their business or career, be they employees, bosses, or colleagues. Nominated by Drew Babinski, Nate Cocco stands as a shining example of leadership and commitment to the business world. His leadership, integrity, and genuine compassion serve as an inspiration to all, reminding us of the profound impact, again, that one individual can make. Congratulations, Nate. Come forward, and those that are with him, if you would stand as well.
Well, thank you very much, the Women's Leadership Committee and Tom and the Chamber. My family is here. I was thinking we should get pajamas made that, like, I inspired, Dad inspires, or something like that. My husband inspires, some matching pajamas, no. And of course, last night at my team, thank you to Team Cocco. We've had a crazy year, and it's a crazy year in insurance, and I apologize for all of everyone's insurance rates that are continuing to go up. It is not our fault. Well, not my fault. At 2 a.m. last night, I usually like to wing things a lot, and I pulled out my phone and I started typing because I couldn't fall asleep. So this is what I came up with, and here we go. So the words that came to mind were growth versus comfort, and legacy and regret. And while I struggle with the balance of growth and comfort, comfort wins way too much. With the world feeling so hopeless sometimes, especially during this election season, comfortable, distracted is my kryptonite. And I'm sorry, this is not too inspiring right now, I can tell. I messed up.
Go for it.
Yes, I'm trying. Unfortunately, for comfort, I adopted this life mission statement many years ago. I stole it from a really cool guy named Abdul Baha, and he says, to be a Baha'i is simple. love all the world, love humanity, and try to serve it, work for universal peace and universal brotherhood. So because of this mission, when moments in my life where I see uncomfortable growth opportunities, I try to say yes, and maybe too often, and they tend to overwhelm me and sometimes bring chaos into me and my family's life, into my office's life. But that's uncomfortable growth brings fulfillment to my soul. I've also thought a lot about legacy and regret. And for legacy, it's simple. This quote about not worrying about my bank account, worrying about how many people will show up to my funeral means a lot to me. And I think it's a good thing to think about. Don't think about money. Think about doing stuff good in the world so people actually want to show up to your funeral someday. I think it's pretty deep. And regret is, I think about this, and I did this all at 2 a.m., so I apologize. I regret I think about this rocking chair test, if you've ever heard of this. So I try to say yes to the uncomfortable opportunities that will lead to growth, and hopefully, when I'm sitting in my rocking chair at 90, I don't have any regrets. And when I do pass people, when I do pass, see that, I'm dead here now. When I do pass, 2 a.m., sorry, I hope people come to my funeral, because hopefully I left the world a little better than how I got it. So I'm going back to bed now. If only I had these inspiring guy pajamas to put on. That's how I thought that was funny last night when I was writing this. So thank you all very much. Have a great night.